Good morning. In my last video session, we were discussed up to the proving protocol. Today, let us see about the committee. A committee should be constituted which include homeopaths and experts for proving to assist the proving project director. The committee should have certain responsibilities. The committee should select a remedy and its different potencies for proving. They communicate with the pharmacy and prepare the test doses. The committee is responsible for the primary coding of the test dose in a randomized fashion. This is known as blind assignment. The provers are also coded. This is blinding of the prover, and this is done in a randomized fashion. The committee should keep the records of the remedy, codes, and which prover got which remedy. They distribute the remedies and the daybook to the provers. They ensure the double-blind principle all along with the proving. Hence, at a given time, the master prover shall be unaware of the identity of the given test dose, whether it is a drug or placebo, and he shall also be unaware of the nature of the dose received by the prover. The supervisors, while assisting the patient, shall also not be prejudiced by the nature of the dose of the prover. The prover is also unaware of the nature of the dose that is being tested and will hence result in a pure proving of the test dose along with the effects of the placebo. The committee organizes the typing and the publication of the proving and keep a clear account of the proving protocol. Now come to the protocol. Process of proving commences with the orientation meeting. Instructions regarding the proving are detailed to the prover and the daybooks are distributed. Drugs are provided to the provers in a coded files, and the provers are divided into two groups. One receive placebo, the other receive actual drug, to distinguish between the false and the true symptoms. The drug is administered in a dose of 4 to 6 globules 4 times a day for 14 days. The mother tincture is given 10 to 20 drops 4 times daily for 14 days unless the symptoms arises earlier. The drugs are proved in ascending and descending order of potencies. Once a prover develops any signs and symptoms, then the administration of the drug is stopped immediately and is not re-administered till the signs and symptoms persist. The disappearance of symptoms and signs is followed by a washout period. A washout period means drug-free period for about 7 days, and in case of no recurrence of symptoms or signs, the drug is re-administered till the completion of one quota. The next quota is administered after a washout period of 7 days. Now let us see about recording of proving. The recording of proving is the most important aspect of the entire proving exercise. The observations of the prover have to be recorded in detail and systematically. It will help to ease the post-proving analysis of the records. Now come to the Proforma layout. The initial medical report, Proforma, otherwise called IMRP, is a format is designed to minimize recording of any pre-existing pathological symptoms. This is known as pre-medical examination Proforma. With the help of pre-trial medical examination, the detail of physical and the clinical examination along with constitutional, mental, emotional, physical traits are recorded in this form. The pre-trial medical examination is conducted by honorary consultants in the field of medicine, psychiatry, ophthalmology, otolaryngology, dermatology, pathology and gynecology in case of female brewers. Pathological and chemical and serological tests are required to be performed to facilitate the correlation between the subjective and the objective symptoms or changes as far as possible. Now look into the Prover's Daybook or Logbook. Prover's Daybook or a logbook is properly designed format wherein the prover makes data entries in chronological order as per the instructions. Each prover is provided with a sufficient number of pre-designed Prover's Daybook Proforma to record all the signs and symptoms, both subjective and objective, they might observe during the proving. The provers also are directed to report the proving to the master every day and handed over the recorded symptomatic data. Now let us see the guidelines of the recording symptoms. Both the investigator and the prover should be loyal to the protocol. They should be honest and sincere. The recording should be done without biased ideas about the outcome of the proving. The provers must make daybook entries at least 3 times a day to prevent even the minor memory lapses. Each entry should record even the slightest deviation from the prover's normal life. The intensity and the duration of the symptoms should be carefully recorded. Possible exciting causes should be recorded exactly. A detailed record of the order of appearance of all the symptoms should be made. Duration and the modifying character of the symptoms together with concomitants should be properly recorded. Now let us see the way of minimizing errors. The assurance should be given to the prover that the information will be treated as confidence. There should be frequent meeting between investigators and provers to record the elaboration and clarification of each symptoms. Now let us see about the response of monitoring Proforma, otherwise called RMP. The proving master should take care of to ascertain the record environmental changes, alterations in daily routine and lifestyles of the provers, if any, to ensure a true and realistic evaluation of drug pathogenesis. During the proving master should interrogate the provers concerning their symptomatic presentations and records them with his observation in respect of location, sensation, modality, concomitant, extension and duration of each reported symptoms in the symptom elaboration Proforma. During the period of trial, the clinical, laboratory and radiological investigations are also to be recorded. Now come to post-trial medical examination. After the completion of the experiment, the provers are required again a thorough physical and clinical examinations. Along with this, similar lab investigations are carried out at the time of pre-medical examination are also to be done. This is known as post-trial medical examination Proforma. Any variations pre and the post-trial findings also to be recorded. Now let us see into the post-proving protocol. Primary objective of proving to discover the nature of a remedy. The collected Proforma is put into form that will easily reveal the nature and characteristics of the features of a drug. Now come to the completion of proving. No time scale can be fixed for the proving of drug, as drugs vary in their intrinsic nature and the development of their properties. A proving can never say to be complete, as there is always a scope for further reproving. The group discussions about the proving should only be conducted after daybook have been handed over to the coordinator. The proving records are thoroughly screened and analyzed. The symptoms collected from all the provers to be selected and shall have a proper flow of thought so that the mental, physical, functional state of the drug is understood. Adequate data indexing is done as per the pattern of Kent's repertory so that the data is rendered clinically useful. Now come to the analysis of proving records. Extracting, organizing, analyzing, theming the symptoms into the materia medica and repertorizing are the most laborious, painstaking and time-consuming stages of carrying out the proving. A well-balanced group for the analysis of proving records should be constituted. An experienced homeopath and a master prover who has an overview of the whole process from start to end. Good working knowledge of the native language of the prover is also required. Extract and convert the content in diaries or daybook into the format of materia medica and the valid symptoms are extracted. The observation and experiences of all the provers are thoroughly screened, analyzed and combined with the initial medical record Proforma, that is IMRP, and lastly compared with the test control and crossover groups. After completion of the analysis and conversion of the proving symptoms into materia medica, the collation stage aims to synthesize the proving from all the separate accounts of each prover as if it belonged to and evolved in a single person. All the provers' separate sheets are put together, symptoms with a common denominator are grouped under each section. Now look into the repertorizing stage. Repertorizing aim to accurately and truthfully interpret the proving information into repertorial language. Each symptom is accurately analyzed and translated into the rubric. Certain symptoms may require creating new rubrics. Now look into the theming the symptoms. These symptoms are studied for its peculiar pattern that emerges out of the proving. The physical generalities, the constitutional affinity, the peculiar characteristics of the mind and disposition are studied. This theming of proving are the practical outcome of the painstaking effort of the entire project and is understood and implemented. Now let us see about the publications. The publication of the proving should contain all the data of the logbook, the medical record and the summary of the proving with discussion and conclusions. Data indexing should be as per the schema followed in Kent repertory. The final publication in book form or a journal or an electronic form should include the materia medica, the repertorization information and the substance of its toxicology. This introduction should explain why they chose the substances and give their view of the remedy picture. That's all about the topic Principles of Drug Proving. I hope all my video sessions are useful to you for a better understanding of the topic. Thank you very much.